love and care. Welcome everyone. I am God TLC. Today is an amazing day. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. We have a lot of updates for you all. I am also the host of the popular podcast Tech That Builds Wealth, where I help you make more money, generate more wealth using the technology you already own or want to invest in. ROI, return on investment. Go check that out. Streaming on our channel episodes. I am also the host of the Spanish podcast. Well, the Spanish podcast, Ay Bendito, the podcast in Spanish, where we explore many different stories, cultural tales, fun knowledge, and we just recently launched 4 episodes of After the Beep, a very fun show where I interview famous celebrities, successful people all around the world. So go check those out. Today we are planning Mother's Day. Now, what are we doing for planning Mother's Day? Well, it is a very challenging task because I will admit my wife is a picky person. And I've helped the kids pick out their gifts. You know what happened? They chose stuff that they wanted. And my wife said, they need to learn how to pick stuff out for other people. They just put stuff in the cart. And I said, you think mom's going to like that? Okay. You might know mom, from a different angle than me, maybe. And they put a bunch of stuff in the cart, from candies, Reese's Pieces, Nerds. I mean, a bunch of stuff. We ended up walking out of the store with a candle that said, Happy Mother's Day. So you're going to help me write a poem today. And that poem will be something that we come up with together, everyone. I'm just passing the baton here to our producer here, DJ Krishna, who is doing amazing by far. I mean, so far we work out together, we study together, and he is hitting the bags. I mean, you saw the previous stream, he's hitting the bags. It is a family tradition, the martial arts, right? My dad being a world boxing champion, all the way from the island of Puerto Rico. But my mom and dad decided, hey, boxing is awesome. You're great at boxing, my dad. And but let's get him in something more multifaceted. And they got me in mixed martial arts, particularly karate, taekwondo, of course, boxing with my dad. And, later on I took the baton and I added a whole bunch of other martial arts like wrestling, grappling, judo. I'm a black belt mixed martial artist, won many, many competitions, ranging from like Naga, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, grappling, wrestling, taekwondo, mixed martial arts, and many of my training partners have been or are in the UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship. I transitioned from that field of mixed martial arts into coaching, as well as teaching and technology and a whole bunch of other stuff that I do, real estate, business development, all of that. But I still always train, and one of my loves and passions is yoga, everyone. Now, I started off doing yoga just as my recovery workout. If I'm going to train mixed martial arts, I am going to be the best. Welcome, Daisy Martinez. Speak Spanish? ¿Hablas español? ¿Prefieres inglés o portugués? Se fala portugués. We have Black Monkey. Welcome, Black Monkey. I love that name, Black Monkey. Let's see if we have something around here. I think it's in bed still. We have Hanuman. Let me know if you know who Hanuman is. The monkey god in Hindu mythology. I've got Sarasvati over there, Lakshmi, but I think we took Hanuman to bed. So Hanuman is currently over in the bedroom. Today we're just chatting about Mother's Day. Mother's Day is tomorrow. What do you have for mama? For what kind of gifts? Now, if any of you are operating on a frugal finances where it's like, hey, I don't know what to get. Maybe they're picky. I will tell you what I'm doing. First, we got her a candle. A very affordable, just awesome smelling candle, because we couldn't agree on what to get mom. Mom might, she didn't like the stuff from last year. She didn't really admit it. She said she doesn't use it. And she's just, she wants to pick out her own stuff. Okay, I respect you. Now, what can I do to get you something so that all of a sudden it's not like, they forgot Mother's Day. I can't believe it. They forgot it. I don't want to be in that position, and I don't want you to be in that position. Oh my God, they forgot Mother's Day. No, we didn't forget. It's just, we went out to our farmer's market. We went out to the stores, and we just didn't really see anything that caught to us. Like, nothing really stood out to us and said, hey, you're perfect, right? Nothing. So what I'm going to show you to do is you're going to dig deep into your brain, right? Open it up here, dig deep in your brain, and you're going to write some poetry for mom. Hey, because then if mama complains about, hey, she doesn't like it, that's kind of rude. You don't like my poetry? Well, keep that to yourself. You know the golden rule. Treat others like you would want to be treated without hurting yourself or others. That's just my modified golden rule. So I can't really say, hey, you need to go out to the store and get this for mom. You need to go over there and get this for mom. There's a great deal. I'm not that person. But I will show you a great present that mom will probably love. And if she doesn't love it, at least she'll like it. And if she dislikes it, she'll probably love the effort and the intent behind it, that she'll never hate it. You know what I'm saying? Adrian, welcome to the program today. Adrian says, I do. So you have Mama's Day present ready. Mama's ready to go for tomorrow. In Australia, it's already Mother's Day, but in North America, Mother's Day is tomorrow. And I want to save you all, because if you forget Mama's Day, Mom's Day, it could, even though Mama might not say it, you will feel the wrath of Mom. Meaning, Mama might just say, I'm not cooking dinner tonight. I just don't feel up to it. Or, let's treat Mom good on Mama's Day, just like we should every day. Let me know in the comments and chat, what have you got in Mom for Mother's Day? Maybe you'll inspire me to go out to the store. Maybe I didn't see something. Maybe I didn't, go to the right store. And I went to a whole bunch of them. I went to the Targets. I went to the farmers markets. I went to our natural store around the corner. I've been perusing the internet. And I just said, let's write Mama a poem. Let's create some stuff. Let's whip out the markers. And I got the pen ready. Had to hand it over to the DJ right over there. Are you creating Mama's present? So always creative. Yeah, this is an awesome shirt. I like this shirt too. We've got fish on it. Very awesome. So you see these designs, red fish, blue fish. Very fitting. So you just gotta flow. So I need your help. What would be a good start to a poem for Mom? Like, I know the typical roses are red. Are violets really blue, though? I really question that. Are violets blue? Like, this is blue, right? That's blue. I thought violets were violet, right? Happy Mother's Day. That's a good start. It would definitely include Happy Mother's Day on there. But roses are red. Yeah, some roses are red. That's true. So maybe we can modify that. Roses are ruby red, but violets are blue? Can you all look that up for me on the internet? Are violets really blue? Because why wouldn't we just call them blue flowers? We call them violets, and violet is an actual color. It's a different tone of purple. When you say violet, it's like, oh, okay, it's like a type of purple. Roses are red, violets are blue. Tomorrow's Mom's Day. Help me out, crew. What can we write to Mom? Something that she'll appreciate. We've been to all the stores, and it's been very stressful. And we did this thing where we all went to the store together, and we stuffed the cart full of stuff. I took the kids, and I said, hey, let's go pick out some stuff for Mom. And they picked out, it was challenging, they picked out the stuff that they wanted. And I came back, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to the different lane and go check this out. She looked in the cart, she's like, what's that? I'm like, the kid picked out some stuff, for the holiday coming up. And she disapproved of everything that they had picked out. She does not like Nerds. The kids picked out Nerds, those delicious candies. They picked out some. The only thing we agreed on was a candle. And I think they picked out some chocolates. And you can't, chocolates are very, very finicky. Some people, and sometimes people are offended when you get them chocolates. Can you believe that? When you get someone chocolates, it's like you got so many nut allergies out in the world that if you get the wrong person chocolate, it's like they'll take it like you're trying to kill them. Literally, are you trying to kill me? You know I'm allergic to nuts. And I don't want you all to be in that position. Today's a warm day. And I went to the farmer's market, and I even drove around town after going to the natural store. And I said, hey, what if we go to the garden and just pick some flowers ourselves and tell the story about our adventure? We can stream it, and you all be a part of it. And it was just a dry patch. So someone said, Adrian says, roses are red, violets are blue. I love you. Hey, that's awesome. That's a very, very good poem. But I'm still asking you all, are violets really blue? That's like one of those things, like someone's huge, like this huge guy, a giant, and you call him tiny. Or if you have a dog, and the dog is like a little pint-sized Chihuahua type of dog, or Shih Tzu, like we have here at our rescue center, and you call them Monster. So violets are blue. It's kind of like saying roses are pink, violets are blue. All these different colors are very true. Hello, Adrian. Make sure to subscribe if you have not subscribed already. We're brainstorming together. You all want to know the story of that? Make sure to subscribe. Oh, a Chihuahua. Awesome. So you see that picture right back there? This one, right? I'm gonna try. Let's capture it right here. There, oh, almost there, almost there. You see that picture right there? The one that I'm holding in the air. You see that picture? This one? That one has a very, very unique story right there. I'll tell you that story in a moment. So what's your Chihuahua's name? We have one Chihuahua, but our Chihuahua is a Chihuahua rat terrier. And we didn't know it was a Chihuahua when we saved it from, thank you, Adrian. When we saved our Chihuahua, we brought it to our rescue center. The only thing they told us was that the dog was an accidental litter, meaning that one day they let the dogs out. The dogs got, one of the dogs ended up having a baby, and they didn't know what to do with it. The far, over where we rescued it from, they're just gonna just let the dog like leave and roam around and not really care for it. So we said, hey, we can take it to our center. We'll care for it. We'll train it, and that is our. Okay, I gave our producer here, Krishna, a pen, the pen that I was gonna use to write the poem, and a notebook. And I don't want anyone writing on the walls, but he's writing on cardboard, so that's fine. So we're coming up with the poem right now, and I'll tell you the story of that one. That is actually artwork from Thailand. Let me know if any of you have ever been to Thailand. Awesome experience. And let's see. Roses are red. Violets are blue. Mother's Day is cool, just like you. That's a good start. I think we can do a little better, but let's brainstorm. Some presents that I saw, nothing's really, no really good deals, but saw some lotions for mom. I saw some shampoos for mom. Saw some, we saw plants and flowers. Saw some chocolates. Hey, someone was just here. Was our picture edits here? Yeah, picture edits. So, picture edits on yesterday's stream on God TLC and Chill said, Legos. Hey, just get those flower Legos, and we do have those. We have to build those, but it's this big bonsai tree, and when you put it all together, it looks like an actual tree, a bonsai tree, but they're made out of Legos. So we do have those. That's probably something we can do tonight. Like, here, ta-da, the finished work, the finished product. But we have one more day, everyone. Only one more day until Mother's Day. That big day. And we want to start off giving mom her roses, her presents early in the morning. You don't want to wait until later. You know that trick that people do? Like, oh, we're just going to pretend to forget your birthday. We're going to pretend to forget your day. That actually backfires. Don't do that. That can get you in a lot of trouble. When you pretend to forget someone's birthday or like Mother's Day or Father's Day or like their Christmas present or any holiday, that backfires because all of a sudden you sync their emotions. And yeah, people should have more control of their emotions, but they sort of go like this. Their emotions are like, oh, it's a good day today, right? Emotions are like always fluid and fluctuate. So emotions and feelings. And it's, when we feel happy, our feelings are like, wee, right? Up here. But then when we start to feel like gloomy and sad, our feelings sometimes go, ooh. And then there's that balance of emotions and feelings, right? So on those holidays, when people have things to look forward to, your feelings might be like very balanced. But if you pretend to forget someone's birthday, all of a sudden it goes, brrr, brrr, oh no, they forgot. Oh no, well, I don't care. I'm upset. I don't care. I don't need them. Like stuff like that. And then the thing that people think is like, oh, they'll just skyrocket back up when you tell them, I was just playing. Like, oh, you don't want to do that. It's playing with someone's feelings and emotions. So just say Happy Mother's Day right away tomorrow to your mom, your wife, your girlfriend, your grandma, your great grandma, a mom that your friend's mom, whoever. Hey, Happy Mother's Day. Today's your day. I hope that it is amazing. It is epic. It is awesome. That way, when they're here, right? Like, oh, da la 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 la, Mother's Day. I wonder what today will bring. And you give them the roses when you celebrate them. All of a sudden, their feelings and emotions are going to go from here. Or even if they're down here, like, oh, Mother's Day, last Mother's Day was off. Then they'll go like, oh, thank you. It'll bump you up. It'll bump their feelings up. And then all of a sudden, if you have a gift, and I'm not saying you have to go buy a gift. You can write them a poem. You can create a picture. Anything that's your expertise, like picture edits, builds Legos. Yeah, give that to mom. Hey, mom, this is just for you. And I wrote a handwritten note just for you. All of a sudden, boom, 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 up here. And now throughout that day, they're going to be operating at their best selves. Adrian says, roses are red, violets are blue. You know a mother love is always true. That is great. You should use that. That is a great line. That is awesome. You get credit for that. And yeah, keep coming up with with develop it. Because mom, if she's over here reading like this entire thing that you wrote, it's not just like, oh, they wrote me a little something. Ah, okay, let me toss it to the side or put it on the fridge. No, it's like, wow, whoa, there's more. You wrote this entire thing, then it becomes that experience. So really put yourself into paper, on the paper. If you wanna, if any of you are artists, draw very well, color very well, add that. Like me, I'll probably doodle. And if I have some time, maybe I'll even attempt some pictures. But even if it's stick figures, add colors. And then breakfast in bed is always a good one. Now, if you have a picky mom or a picky partner who's a mom, wife, grandma, or maybe they have certain like allergies, juice is always great. Like you don't have to create this big smorgasbord, right, of a meal, especially if you don't know how to cook or you're uncomfortable with, or you have limited resources. Think of something that you can do. Like I had some lemons here earlier, limes and lemons. Go to the kitchen, careful you don't cut yourself. Cut open a lemon, fresh squeezed lemonade. Taste it before, make sure it is delicious. And that could be your breakfast in bed, like just to start to a breakfast in bed. Cut up some fruit. You can't go wrong with fruit. Put it on a plate, serve it up real nice, and presentation is everything. You ever been to those restaurants that charge you a lot of money to give you something piddly, like, and then the plate is huge, the plate's humongous, and then what you have on the plate is like this, like sprinkles of food, and they're charging a lot of money for that, right? It's all about presentation. Or sometimes they'll get you and say, hey, here's the plate, and this is real gold. Let's sprinkle some real powdered gold. It's all about presentation, right? You can do that with anything. You can do that with that orange that I showed you, this right here. Cut it up very nice. Maybe put it around the plate. Maybe add some more fruits, right? Bananas, organic bananas. Hey, so that you have a story to tell. For example, you go to the store together, grocery shopping, or maybe you just walk to your local corner store or your local market, and you can say, hey, here's your breakfast in bed, and talk to them, tell them about the story. Not just, oh, here's some bananas and strawberries and oranges and a bunch of stuff. Good morning, happy Mother's Day, and walk away. Don't do that. Invest yourself. For example, if I were to do that or suggest to you all, grab a plate, big plate, and like create something with the fruit, like shapes. Like I look at this and I would probably slice them up very finely, very nice, put them around the plate, maybe put some oranges like all in the plate as well, some strawberries in the middle, and it just becomes like a very immersive experience. And speaking about bananas, let's open one of these up. Did you know there's a proper way of opening bananas? When you open a banana, people are like, no, don't do that. Or no, don't do that. Or like this. No, there's a way. Chimpanzees have mastered the way of opening up bananas. This is how. You open it up from here, not from this part, right? This is how you open up on the banana. And chimpanzees, who are very related, and bonobos, DNA genetically to humans, they've mastered it in that you peel it this way and da-dum, da-da, da-dum, 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 da-da, 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 got a banana. And that's how you properly peel a banana. Don't worry about this, the black spots right here. That just means that's where the nutrients are concentrated. Banana. Even in American Sign Language, y'all, this is how you sign banana. You put your finger up in American Sign Language. This is the banana, and you go like this. That's how you sign banana. So if you ever lose your voice or you're talking to someone who's deaf or hard of hearing and they're signing, you would peel your finger like this, and that's banana. So we've talked about a lot of awesome Mother's Day presents here. Thank you for subscribing, everyone, for sharing your amazing thoughts. Every single stream is saved, and we're just problem solving a perfect Mother's Day present. Now, I'm going to go with the poem, and I might even go outside to our garden and look around for flowers, and maybe I'll present that poem on paper. Maybe I'll put some flowers around it. Maybe I'll glue some flowers around it. Maybe we'll frame it. So that's just present number one. Now, also, breakfast in bed. Something as simple as juice, Something as simple as, even if you have a story, it's always about the story. Hey, this is freshly squeezed lemonade. This is ice cold water, and bring them a very, one of those fine cups. Just go do something a little bit different so that it becomes memorable and not mundane, right? Mundane, doing the same things over and over. Do something new. Maybe you write them a poem and you have some cologne or some perfume. Cologne for men, perfume for women. And you spray just a little spritz, right? And it smells good. All of a sudden, you deliver this tomorrow. And you give it to mom, your wife, partner, the mother who you know that you want to gift something to. And they read it and they're like, what is, oh, that smells delicious. That smells like you. You wrote me this and you did all of this. So that's just one method to save you from tomorrow, okay? And nothing negative, but moms deserve to be treated very well every day. Tomorrow happens to be Mother's Day, the day that, if you forgot, right, that every day should be Mother's Day, is the day that reminds you, hey, it's Mother's Day. And Father's Day is coming up very, very soon, which I love. Love Father's Day. Father's Day, I believe this year is, every year is on Sunday, but I think it's on June 15th. If I am incorrect, let me know in the comments and chat, but I did look at Father's Day, June 15th, and I know that for a fact because I was born on Father's Day, June 16th, but this year it lands on the day before. So we're going to be celebrating 2 days. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I'm just problem solving. Anything else? We have the poem that we're going to compose. Well, it's already digitally written, like it's available. I just have to calligraphy. I'm not just going to present something where a chicken scratch. I take my time with paper, lay out the paper, and just write it like very neatly. Cursive if you can. If not, don't worry about it. Some words can be cursive, some words cannot. You have creative freedom, everyone. And just make sure everything's spelled correctly. Use your spell checker. Maybe even doodle some pictures, draw some hearts, draw some design, maybe draw you, maybe draw them. Then when it's all done, maybe add some colors, grab your markers, add some colors, and then maybe at the end of it, when it's all done, spray it with a little bit of perfume, a little bit of cologne, whatever you own. Old Spice, I don't like the Old Spice commercials, but if you have that stuff, just the good stuff. I would say go to mama's room and get her perfume, but don't dig through mama's stuff. Respect and boundaries, right? Yes. So everyone, I learned a lot from you today. Thank you for sharing your awesome works of art, poetry, and we're going to do the fruit plate. We're going to do the freshly squeezed juice. And something you all can do right now, go do the dishes for mom. If she's the one who does the dishes, go do the dishes. I was on a stream a few streams ago, and I was doing the dishes. And I put you all there, I put the camera there, streamed, and I was showing you all, hey, do the dishes, clean the house, because you don't have to go out and buy anything, right? If you're working frugally. And if you came across like, there's just no really awesome presents for my mom's not going to like that or this. Acts of service. Now, have you all heard of what we call love languages? Go look up love languages. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about love languages. Love languages is every single person speaks differently, right? Our love languages all vary. They're all different. Some of our love languages, some of us are like affection, touch, acts of service, things like that, right? But look up different types of love language and it'll let you know what your love language is. Meaning that how do you value language in regards to love, right? Like someone might give you something, but you're kind of like flowers or plants or a gift, and you're kind of like, I don't want stuff. That means that gift giving isn't like your love language. Now, if someone comes up to you and pats you on the back, or I don't know, what else can they do? Give you a kiss on the cheek, and you're like, oh my God, I really love that. Then that means that touch is your love language. Now, we all have different types of love languages. Go check out what's yours. If you did the dishes and you cleaned your house, that would be acts of service. Now, here's a challenge. What if you did every single love language on the list? Like, you did the dishes, acts of service, and then you treated your mom to something, and then you rubbed her feet with lotion or something. Now you're touching on different love languages. So let me know what you think mom would appreciate. What are you getting mom for Mother's Day tomorrow? I will update you all and let you know what went well, what needs a little bit of fine tuning. And I'm an expert gift giver. anytime there are parties, anytime there's a celebration, I'm like the go-to person. They're like, hey, can you design it? Can you design our party? That would be, and I acquire things. I see what's out there in the world. That's why this round I found it so challenging. When I went off into the markets, didn't see anything good, didn't see anything worthy, and I'm just going to go back to the fundamentals of creating a gift. Not like I didn't go out and didn't go shopping. I did. I just didn't really see anything that stood out to me, right? Things are either mundane, too expensive, not worth it. It'll just add to clutter. It'll just add to mess. It won't be valued. But you know what will be valued? If you put yourself into what you're going to gift. Mother's Day tomorrow, everyone. Share your thoughts before we finalize our session here on God, Tender, Loving Care. What are some awesome gifts? If you have some flowers around you, and I don't care what kind of flowers they are, dandelions, you know, the ones that grow, the little yellow ones, pluck those out. That can be your gift, right? Along with your poem, along with the breakfast in bed, freshly squeezed juice. Where'd the banana? Where did the banana go? Is that the banana? All right. And it's all about effort, everyone. Make sure to subscribe. I will talk to you all later. I am God TLC, a.k.a. Don. Go check out our podcast coming up very, very soon. We drop a podcast virtually every week. If you would ever love to be on our podcast, let me know. Currently, we have 3 different podcasts streaming. Ay Bendito, which is all in Spanish. Not a Spanish podcast, but it's a podcast all in Spanish, right? And we have Tech that Builds Wealth, where I help you make more money, generate more wealth using the technology that you already own. We also just recently released After the Beep. So far, we've been able to speak to many, many successful entrepreneurs, business owners, celebrities. We've spoken to Buyuka, Buyuka, 619. Hey, Buyuka, Buyuka. That's my pueblo. 619, Rey Mysterio, the luchador, the WWE wrestler. We spoke to him, the legend. We also spoke to the very first women's champion from Mexico, Alexa Grasso of the UFC. And we recently had Dana White of the UFC on our podcast. That is the podcast titled After the Beep. You will love that. We just had very formal, informal, fun conversations, something for everyone. And we also just released a few premieres. Our music, we have songs, right? We had a stream where I went off and pulled out all the USB drives, all the thumb drives, the hard drive, and I showed you what was on there. And we found songs that have never, ever been published on this page. I was able to put a thumbnail together, put a video together, and those are right now available for you to listen to. Songs that I created or produced about 10, 15, 20 years ago, everyone. We're going to go enjoy the outside, and we have some bananas